Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. In the last episode we got the outpost up to rank 3, which means we've probably got some things that we can do. Let's start off with the soldiers over in the barracks. We can definitely train one of those. Let's just use some of the many lumber that we've got. With a capacity of 6 now, so in fact I think it was 6 before, but we're pretty well geared in case there is some trouble. Let's also buy some materials using Seraph's money, because that's going to make a big difference. Now, prosperity, we need to get up to 11. So let's have a look at building upgrades. Well, new buildings first of all. No new buildings. Available upgrades, we could do the craftsman, the logging camp, the wall. I think the wall is a priority. Yeah, let's do the wall. And we will donate everything from Seraph, because Seraph has so many resources. And Seraph is pretty close to retiring. There we go. Get that building. We could do more faster, but it will likely impact morale. And I like having morale. It would take 2 morale. Geez, yeah, we're not doing that at the same time. So, wall first and other things later. We can upgrade the mining camp, the hunting lodge, the logging camp, and the craftsman. The craftsman will be an interesting one. That's probably what we'll do next. But seeing as we can't do anything more there, let's have a look and see if there's anything new at the merchant for this prosperity level. It doesn't look like it. So on to the alchemist. We've finally got some rock root, so we can put some of these together. Seraph. In fact, let's see. We can fit another potion on our banner spear. A fire shield potion. Does retaliate at range 3. Ooh, yeah. That's going to be quite good for holding the line. And this one, a glancing potion. Whenever you draw a 0 attack modifier, treat it as a +0. Ooh. It's got potential. Let's give it to Inertian, because Inertian can actually equip it at the moment, being level 7. But now we know all of the recipes that take 2. We've got a few that we can pick from in the future. Very nice place to be. Let's have a look at the world map and pick where we're going to go. We have 2 current quests available. We have the Realm of Endless Frost way up in the north, and we have the Pylon Problem relatively close by. I think we should probably do the Pylon Problem. I think that's going to be enough to get Seraph retired. And with the Algox guards, if I very quickly go back and we check out Inertian's quest, we need to kill 1 more Algox guard with Inertian anyway, so we can try and engineer that. Let's give it a go. An encounter along the way.
You're traveling along a narrow path skirting an icy crevasse when you round a bend and see 2 fur-wrapped human figures struggling to push a large wooden crate over the edge. They notice you and make one last unsuccessful effort to kick the box down into the crevasse before sprinting away. You shrug and take a look at what they left behind. Prying open the lid of the nondescript crate, you find a pile of crumbled rocks with an unmistakable sheen. This is a Savas corpse. No wonder those 2 didn't want to be caught.
Okay, it looks like we can't apply power to the corpse. I'm assuming if we had a Savas with us, we'd be able to. So we'll just give the remains a proper burial.
You do your best to dig into the ice for a proper burial, but don't make much headway. You ultimately push it down the same crevasse the deckhands chose. A fitting end for the rocks.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right, though. Time to pick the battle goals. Acrobat, layabout. Layabout's probably likely, actually. Let's go with layabout. Wallflower's not going to happen. For inertion, end the quest at maximum health, maybe. Kill an enemy before it takes its first turn. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in the same round. That's very likely the way we play inertion. And Seraph kill 2 or more enemies in the same round. That could happen, especially with like stab them all. Okay, we'll do this.
You're not sure what kind of desperate merchant would want to take this route, but you have to admire the beauty of the place as you hike the pristine wilderness path meant to become a shortcut through the frozen pass. The road is barely wide enough for a single wagon, but Pinter Droman's construction crew has done an admirable job of making the way passable, if still dangerous. At last, you arrive at your destination. The cleared road hugs a tight curve around the base of a cliff, over which hangs a precipitous rocky ledge that threatens to collapse on any traveller foolhardy enough to pass underneath.
That's not good.
Droman sent you here to protect his crew's work. A half-dozen or so metal pylons that stretch up from the ground to support the ledge and make the road passable.
Scaffolding.
You understand now why the Tinkerer sent you. It's clear that losing any of the rickety structures could trigger a collapse that would require weeks to dig out. You're meant to repel any attack by a local group of Ulgok's raiders, the Horns of Ruin, who have taken offense to the new highway cutting through the mountains. You don't have to wait long. As the rest of the area comes into view, a group of Ulgoks appear from around the cliff base, equipped for both combat and demolition. It seems their goal is to make the road impassable for the traveling merchants that Satha says are Frosthaven's lifeline in the summertime.
Well, we best get to protecting them.
Draw your weapons. It's time to teach the Ulgoks how to share the road.
This is such a colonial mindset. They're only tribal beasts. We're just going to cut a path through their mountain. We need to protect the pylons for 10 rounds. Whenever a pylon is destroyed, it's replaced with rubble, and all figures in adjacent hexes will suffer damage. Oh my god, they start right next to them. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Okay. Let's do... Oh, they're all over, aren't they? And they're going to be spawning in. I just know it. If we charge into the middle and do set for the charge, we'll do a bit of damage to them as they come in. That's really not going to be much, though. Yeah, so if I move 2, it might be close enough to tempt them to come and attack. I can move in with Meat Grind, but rather save that for when we can do the regen. All right, let's have a think about the retaliation plan. So we'll swap you 2 over. We're obviously going to put Relentless on. So that needs to happen just flat. I think it'd be worth sticking Precision Aim on as well. So both of those are going to happen. If both of those are going to happen, we can use Regroup to move you in 3. Sure, that seems like a plan. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Either way, gets you close enough that you might be appealing. So if we're doing Regroup, 1, 2, 3, 4. Air support is range 3, so it's not good enough. Hold the line could actually work if we say hold the line and regroup and send you in. Right, swap them over. There we go. So what are we going to do with Seraph? Seraph needs to go and start stabbing nearby things. Probably the imp. If we're going to do the imp, we'll go a bit slower. Can move in with kinetic transfer 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, depending on where they've ended up moving. Twin strike to double strike this guy, maybe. I think stab them all would be a bit overkill at this point. We want to get him on the imp. So twin strike. I think this is as good a plan as any. So we're going to put shield on. We're going to move you in. You're going to gear yourself up with precision aim and relentless. You might end up taking a few hits before you do that. Maybe it would be better to do precision aim next turn. And try and do something to go a little bit faster. Or we'll just move a bit slower like that, and then we'll decide which order we do things in. That's fine. Okay. This is going to be quite painful for all the pylons, I'm sure. Okay. The snow speakers are going slightly slower than us, so this is actually going to work. The imps are going a little faster, but they're just moving in and healing, so they're not a concern. Hold the line. Shield on me. Shield on my friends. And then... get up in the middle of it all. They're going to immobilize everyone within a range of 6. Wow. Yeah, so if we don't move, we're not moving. Get directly between the two of them. That is going to be better. And we've still got the shields, which is what I cared about. Blink Blade. We're moving slow, but we can get close enough to hit this guy twice, which is really what I want. I really wish I was close enough to stab this guy as well. He's going to immobilize us, which I don't like, but at least being next to the imp is going to be beneficial. Oh, we can attack the pylons. Well, no, we're not going to directly attack them. That seems like a bad idea, especially if we need to protect them. Stab this guy, get him poisoned. That is not a good start. They're not going great right this moment. Drifter. Get the old retaliate on. Get precision aim on. And this guy does have a big hit coming, but I don't think we need to use our stone skin potion. Banisphere will take Immobilize. Yeah, he's going to take it from both of them, so that's just going to stay as it is. Oh, look at that. The guard's just going straight for the pylon. We should have stood next to him. I'm glad we got in the way up here. Okay, well, seeing as we're kind of stuck, air support at range 3, 1, 2, 3 is not going to be enough. We can get a banner out. We can put on Unbreakable Wall, seeing as we're kind of stuck in place. Set for the charge isn't going to do much, so yeah, Unbreakable Wall, and at all costs we'll do potentially a little bit of healing at the end of the turn if we've suffered some damage. No, I want that for the minions. I wish this was one more range. One more range would be great. Rallying cry for now. We need to start fighting back a bit over here. Breakthrough is going to be solid for doing some damage. Consume stamina will get us even more retaliation bonus, so we'll do those two together. And I want to get this guy killed. And I would love it if we had an element to consume. I don't think there is going to be one. No, there is not. So Flashing Flurry isn't really going to help. But stabbing, I would love it if we had the perk that stopped us getting immobilized. Stab them all, at least we get him done. Do we have any ranged abilities on the top? Just Flashing Flurry. I mean, we can use Flashing Flurry to attack them. We're just going to be at range. What's his Retaliate like? Retaliate 1, range 5, so it's pretty big. Precision timing would let us do a little bit of stabbing over here, but I think we need to get him killed. And we need it to be fast before he flies away from us. So yeah, stab them all. And I think that's all we're really going to be able to do. So we'll use Power Leak just to pass the time after that. Agros Guard are going to strengthen themselves. Snow Imps are going to do defensive stuff. So definitely getting you gone. It's going to let us keep moving fast. Well, you can't move, so skip the movement. And we're not going to attack that. I really wish we were just a little bit closer. Is he damaging the pillars as well? He's damaging the pillars as well. Oh my god, that's insane. That is just so absolutely nuts. Well, we're immobilized, so let's just get more retaliate on. Then we'll hit this guy. I don't think it's worth us... I mean... we may as well stun him, actually. Big hit. They can destroy pillars so quickly. How the hell are we going to protect them for 10 rounds? We need to get up in there and get some shields on them, I guess. Let's get back. If we get back, hold the line. No, we can still use set for the charge to get in. Yeah, we can still use set for the charge to get in. But we can set for the charge and hold the line. Charge on in to here and protect these two, maybe. Hold the line is not a level 1. Okay, fine. Regroup. I wish you could undo that once you got to that point. So set for the charge. That's going to get us 1, 2, 3, 4. And air support. We're going to need to start picking him off. I wonder if we can actually heal the pillars. Maybe. We'll try it. Worst case, we heal our friend. Unending fight. We'll have a good go taking this guy out. And we can use Shockwave to move up next to this guy afterwards. You are no longer in a problematic position. Let's keep moving fast. Precision timing will let us step in, have a stab, and then step on a bit. And we can Flashing Flurry to shoot both of you. But I'm probably going to want to stay next to this one so it attacks me and not the pylon. Is what I'm thinking. It's fine, I've got some plans. Snow Speakers are doing a bit of ranged shenanigans. I kind of feel like we need to burn that ice before he has a chance to use it. Snow Imp is also doing some brittle shenanigans. Definitely don't like that. Let's step on in. Using crude boots to get all the way up here. Regroup. We cannot regroup on this. That's kind of what I was expecting. I don't think it's worth us getting the regen out. So instead, let's just... You're going to step away and you're going to retaliate against... You're going to try and shoot us. You're going to do a bit of defensive retaliation. That's fine. So Fire Shield Potion will damage you a little bit. I'll hit you and take that retaliation damage. Because it all helps. Blink Blade. Okay, technically we're going fast, but it's got the wrong highlight on this. So we're going to step 2, have a stab, and then step 2, and then have shots. We need better ones than that. Maybe we just do it from here then. Use that frost, because we definitely need that. We're going to suffer a little bit of retaliation, but that's fine. That went pretty well. We don't need to kill this guy this turn. We can't kill this guy this turn. Maybe we kill them both next turn and get Slayer. What's the consequence? This one will hit something. This guy's just going to put his shield up. So he's not really a concern. The other one is, but we can't do anything about the other one. So I think that's as fine as it can be. Drifter. This is a little bit of a shame, especially with the retaliate. So I think actually we take the imp out. Not exactly what I was expecting, but... Oh, look at that. Imp goes. That's handy. Let's get back in on this fight. And we'll go on this side, actually, so... we're in a slightly better position. You know what? Hit him anyway. 1 damage is 1 damage. It's painful, but it's fine. A little bit of retaliation for good measure. Oh, he's attacking us. Oh, I did not see that coming. I thought he was going to go after the Highlands. That's a little painful. Definitely, definitely focus them down. We have Unbreakable Wall, so air support is only range 2. So if we're going to do air support, we need to step in. We can do air support, and we can do Meat Grinder to step in, heal ourselves up a little bit, and hit him. Oh, there's more guards coming. Guard elite, and a guard. So as long as we get rid of the snow speakers, this whole area just becomes a lot easier. We're going fast again. Hit and run. We'll get this guy killed and potentially move up. Make it count, however. We step, stab. And then we can blurry jab this guy. I like that. Chunk of flesh will do a decent amount of damage. But I think we should be doing draining arrows sooner rather than later on this guy. How are we doing on our various retaliation? Okay, we're good on retaliation at the moment. So we could go for chunk of flesh and draining arrows. Shoot is not going to kill this guy. Maybe the banner spear helps out a bit first. Let's see how that feels. Guard's going to move a little and stab a little. Not too bad. Snow speakers are just doing damage on everything, though. That's really bad. So bad. Oh my god. We're just not going to be able to get close enough to him now. We can use Blurry Jab to get in and maybe punch him. Let's go around this side of him. We'll use the Frenzy Potion to try and kill him. Good. Which means we can heal ourselves up a little. I really wanted to get the air support. You know what? We're going to have to do the original plan. We're going to have to get the air support in because this guy's just too dangerous otherwise. And we're disarming him for next turn. Drifter. Draining arrows are just out of range. So we'd have to come to there. Which works. But I don't rightly like it. Muscle Potion. Power Potion. Hit these two. Well, there's the Algox we needed to kill. So that bit's done at least. A little bit of retaliation, a little bit of healing. We don't need to do anything protective on you because you're fine for this turn. I think now we're just kind of like holding line. We could just like form a guard group around this pillar at this point. Oh my god, there's so many things that have just come in. What have we got? So we've still got the Snow Speaker, 2 elites, 2 guards. I feel like at all costs would do well to heal these 2, but it's not good in any other situation. This guy is disarmed for this turn. I think Seraph's going to be the one to head in and get him. Let's do Seraph first. He's not wounded, but he could be wounded. Yeah, let's move slowly. Depending on what this guy does, it could be dangerous anyway. We need to get some healing out here, so Crushing Weight will do that. Deadly Shot will help with just getting poison on someone. So we'll do those 2 together, and I think if we go Resolved Courage and let them come. We can back up a bit and heal both of us. The tiniest little bit. But this guy's going to come in and start attacking this pillar, which I don't like. If I go there, no, that's not going to reach with Resolved Courage. I could get the banner out. I could get the banner out here and heal myself using it. No, can't do the banner and heal at the same time. I can get a reinforcement here and then heal myself. That works. Guards are moving in and doing big hits. Snow Speaker's just doing damage. That's not even an attack. That's just... Disarming does nothing. Well, at least he's killed himself. So, reinforcement at this point. The reinforcement is going to provide some benefit. He's going to be a little bit of a distraction. That should work. We should be able to do an attack like that with the reinforcement there. Oh, game. That was supposed to be able to heal me. Well, I don't know why that's not working. It doesn't need a target because we've used it to heal up before. Drifter. Let's at least do something useful with you. You're going to step in and start attacking the pillar. We'll get in on you next turn, but for now, let's hit this guy down here. And we'll put the healing over there. Get a use back of Relentless. I could put a Protective Scepter on this guy, but I think he's just going to get walloped, so there's not really much point in it. Well, he served a purpose. This is going to be very nasty and very painful. And you're entirely in the wrong position. With the Snow Speakers doing so much damage to the pylons, this is honestly a pretty nuts mission. Let's get you bleeding out a little. That will do 2 damage to you. It doesn't feel super worthwhile. We can stab you for a little more, maybe. Nope. All right, we're gonna back away and grab some loot instead. Everything is painful. I honestly think we need the short rest. We're gonna have to set for the charge. Maybe hold the line as well, or hold the line and regroup, try and get everyone together away from that pillar when this guy destroys it. Oh, I don't want to lose regroup, but we can't really afford to be picky. We can do stuns with Flashing Flurry. It's worth remembering that. And we are reasonably far away from guys, and we can afford to burn some cards for a few turns, maybe. So let's think about what we need to do. If we hold the line and set for the charge together, burn this. Step up 3. No. No, stay where we are so that these guys step in and take more damage. Yeah. Hold the line set for the charge. We'll just try and do a lot of damage on these right now. You'll move a bit slower. This will inevitably collapse, but maybe we'll be able to get round and get in the way of it before that happens. And then Seraph, maybe actually getting some healing on everyone would be the most useful thing. We have you go slowly. Kinetic transfer will let you move in a little, and sand in the hourglass will let you heal. This might be an alright plan. We've still got 5 rounds that we need to survive this. So, Banner Spear. Set for the charge where you are. Hold the line where you are. Literally stay still, I would say. You're going to move 3. How far are you going to move? You're going to move 2. 1, 2. If we get 1 space further away, you're not going to come for us. Go to here, you're not going to come for us. This is the best place to be. It sucks. Sucks that it's 1 space too far away for this guy, but it is what it is. Shield up. And get the big retaliate on. And now might be a good time to use the healing potion, but we'll wait until next turn, I think. We can move around and get in the way of this guy, at least. Stop him knocking this pillar down. Get back a precision aim. I think that's probably all we want to do. We're still saving that protective scepter for when it's needed. This guy has got strength and he's doing 4 damage, so let's use our ward. Take a little bit of the edge off this. 2 damage to ya. 3 damage to me, 3 damage to you. That was very painful. 2 damage to ya. 3 damage to me, 3 damage to you. That was very painful. Having them attacking with advantage like that. Oh god, that's nasty. Burn a card. We will burn... Ooh. Let's burn Power Leak. We don't have anything to recover, but we will at least get some regen from this. And they've re-strengthened themselves for the next turn as well. Of course they have. So I was talking about maybe getting some healing on us. Just to help out a little bit. You know what? Get an attack on the guy with the poison. It's a pretty solid hit. Four rounds to go. Now would be a time to let them come and get some like full on healing going. However, I think air support and meat grinder. We're gonna end up burning a few cards this turn, I think. We need a short rest, and we need to put on chunk of flesh on the drifter. And over on Seraph, we're going to go for Flashing Flurry. Use that cold and hit these two. Or we go for Stab them all. No, I think we need to do Flashing Flurry on these two and Precision Timing. So we're just going to put as much damage down range as we can. It's a real shame to lose the unending fight. But I think it's fine. I don't want to risk us losing Chunk of Flesh. Consume Stamina will do some damage and it will get us a bit of healing. Chunk of Flesh will give us a bit of that back. Sorry, Chunk of Flesh will give us a bit of shielding, which is what we need. The guards are passing the time. So this actually kind of works for us. We'll do it this way around, so the bigger hit goes on the one who is not going to get overkilled. Ooh, and we get to save even more. Now, is that instantly going to get used on this guy? Or do I save that for the next? Ah, that's unfortunate. We can step in and have a go at him, though. So close. I think we stay where we are, actually. We could move back so we're in a better position for this guy next turn. Okay, Banner Spear. If we back away slightly, we can air support the hell out of one of these guys and get a bit of regen on us. Probably air supporting this guy, I think. So we're desperately trying for the maximum damage going out. Oh, game, why do you hate me so? Drifter. Put the shield on. And we'll consume stamina on this. Oh, we can hit the one that's far. Let's go for the one that's far just so he is definitely done. And this gets us the most healing as well. It's just a bit safer that way. And put that healing over on the Banosphere. Love to see it. Three rounds to go. Resolved Courage and Rallying Cry. I wish these two were the other way around, but they're not. Instead, what we could do is we could try and get a disarm on this guy. So if we end up stepping forwards and Seraph is there, that would work. So Seraph, how fast can you move? You can move really quickly. So stab them all. You're going to go stab. Stab, stab, move up, stab. In fact, we could... No, that's not going to work. And then maybe Blurry Jab to move away, get in the way of something. Yeah, stab them all, Blurry Jab. Really depends on what these guys are going to do, because I think we're going to need someone to distract all of this down here. And speaking of distracting, draining arrows... is going to be really useful. Probably for hitting these two. And Crushing Weight will give us a little bit of healing back. I think that's a good combination. Guards are doing big hits. There's a Snow Speaker I did not see who was doing a ranged nasty push horrible thing. Where is that Snow Speaker? All the way down here? Okay. Stab. Stay roughly where you are. Stab. Not good. Move up 2. Stab. That's probably fine that we can just leave. And come and, like, get in the way of all the stuff down here. Yeah, I don't like any of this, though. Really don't. Can I get right next to these guys just to be awkward and annoying? It's still gonna make us brittle. It's still gonna be a pain in the arse. Get down to here. So we're not specifically going to do the Resolved Courage or Rallying Cry. Instead, we're going to just stab this guy and hope it's enough. So get on in. You know what? Let's make sure. Let's make sure. It was going to be enough anyway, but now he's definitely dead. Drifter. Draining arrows. We'll hit you. There's actually a snow speaker right next to us that I did not spot before. We'll hit you, we'll hit you. Is it worth us hitting you? Jeez, that's such a big 5 damage, and he's going to push us around. This is going to go badly. This is going to go so badly. Just hit the 2 of them. Doesn't feel great, not gonna lie. Let's get a use of Relentless. Try and tank it out as much as we can. Start tanking that damage. Well, this is going to be a big, big painful hit. Oh, God. Right. Let's burn a card. Because if we burn a card, we'll get regen. And we'll get a card back. So we'll get stab them all back. Maybe we'll be able to stab our way through these guys next turn. We're going to burn a card on this for sure. Yeah, just burn sustained momentum. And this we're going to probably burn Twin Strike for the same reason. But we will get back. I don't think we need Flashing Flurry. Kinetic Transfer would allow us to just move in and do damage to both of them. Which makes things a bit tidier. Stab them all, Kinetic Transfer, make sure they're gone. No! What happens when they push us away? Two rounds. We need to get in the way of all of this. Let them come at all costs. Shockwave. That'll move us down in between. And we probably want Breakthrough or Vile Assault on this guy at the back. That difficult terrain. Shockwave is going to not get us far enough through. Unless he's already gone, which he won't be. Unless we go a little bit slower. And even then it's not quite going to be enough. So we're going to have to do some magic on this. So we'll Deadly Shot to shoot this guy. And then we'll step in with Shockwave in front of the Snow Speaker. Blink Blade first. What are you doing? You're targeting 2 at range and immobilizing people as well. That's pretty nasty, but we should already be in place by then. So, into here, do damage on both of them. Don't kinetic transfer them. Stab this one. Back and forth. Stab this one. Really nice. And stab this guy. Cool. He's not going anywhere. He is going to do a ranged attack, but it's going to be with disadvantage now. Drifter. Job's a good one. Now we kind of get in the way, so he has to target us and take some retaliation damage. And if we go here, he's going to push us in kind of the right direction-ish. Oh, he's attacking the thing as well. This is where it's potentially going to all fall down if we can't stop him doing that. Like, we need to stun him. And I don't know how. Maybe... Maybe if we get a banner nearby. So he's got an additional target. And we'll do some big healing. But this is like super sketch. This banner may not survive the turn, actually. Okay, banner didn't survive the turn. Gonna have to do a short rest. Get up in there. While the assault breaks through, you can't actually move, so this is no direct use. Consume stamina could be useful attacking him. Let's do a short rest and try and go faster. You can't move, but you can do ranged stuff if you go fast. So short rest, we'll do what we can. We just need to make it through this turn with this being intact. So if we say stab them all, which will burn, and flashing flurry to do some damage on this guy. Consume stamina to do some damage on you. Crushing weight to do a little bit of healing, but you can't move. Set for the charge, we've got to get right up in his face. And maybe air support. No, air support's not going to help. Maybe air support. Maybe air support. Right up in there. Okay, the Snowspeak is only attacking one target. So we should be able to tank him out. Blink Blade. First of all. I wish you had one more range, but you are stuck with what you've got. Tank it on out. If anything comes close, stab it. Stab them all. Banner Spear. Because this guy is only going to do a ranged attack on one person, he's going to move first, though. You should be able to guard enough that we can go here and shoot one of these instead. And that's going to solve a little bit of some trouble. Drifter. Consume stamina. Five damage out. Bit of retaliation in. Then 5 healing in, which will tank over there. Two healing for ourselves. We'll get back another use of Relentless. And Protective Scepter. I'd love to stick it on this, but we'll can't actually hit anyone with it. Let's just use the Amulet of Life. Tanking exactly as we needed to. Take that damage. Yeah, don't get the poison. Actually, do get the poison, don't get the brittle. Oh, by the skin of our teeth. That was so close. Charlotte and Seraph have both gained levels. And Seraph is ready for retirement. We managed Slayer, we managed Pincushion. We didn't manage Layabout, but that in itself is fine. We also picked off the Algox Guard that we needed to move Inertian closer to retirement.
With the Algox raiders defeated, Droman says he can clean up the rubble and reinforce the remaining pylons to be much sturdier. This was the final obstacle stopping traffic through the shortcut. If there's still time in the season after Droman's crew finishes cleanup, Satha might be able to send for a caravan of much-needed resources.
Well, that's encouraging. Each hero gains 15 XP. Holy moly. That is quite a lot. The True Oak triangulated. You respond to a note from Listerius, returning to its cabin to find the place ransacked and the research stolen. It was the Radiant Order from White Oak, Listerius explains, nursing some cracks in its arm. They said they received word we were conducting blasphemous research up here, and they were here to stop it. They took my notes on the location of the oak grove and then destroyed everything else. I think they're going to destroy it. You have to go stop them. The Radiant Forest is a treasure trove of botanical wonders, and who knows how much they'll destroy. Listerius grabs some parchment and begins scribbling out a crude map. Follow this. It should get you where you seek. I hope you're not too late. Hey, this has given us the quest for the True Oak, which is one that we need.
The lurkers are unusually agitated
Spear.
today, skittering about manically on the docks, overturning crates and opening barrels. They move with purpose, and their chittering is growing more frantic. But they're not attacking. You notice an Inox child in the courtyard playing with what you assume is a large doll, until you see its claws. The boy seems to be in no danger as he waves a stick at a baby lurker with a bright green and red shell.
This is Bumpy.
The Inox boy proclaims proudly as you approach.
I found him and we're friends.
The chittering from the docks grows louder, and Bumpy suddenly loses interest in the boy's stick, turning toward the docks and emitting a loud, high-pitched whine. The chittering stops. For a moment, all is silent except for Bumpy's call. Then, from beyond the wall, a voice echoes the noise. Then another, and another. Soon the keening is a cacophony, and the surprised shouts of the guards tell you the lurkers have turned toward town. It seems they found what they're looking for.
Well, we're definitely going to grab Bumpy and toss it back to the lurkers.
The boy protests as you yank Bumpy away and sprint to the gate. The lurker makes a beautiful green and red arc as you heave it over the wall.
Yeet!
And some of the attackers peel away to whisk the baby back underwater.
Fewer buildings are going to be targeted during the attack. That's good. Our defense is pretty high for the hunting lodge, so let's just defend without. Success. Just. Same for the craftsman. Defeat. We're going to need to repair the craftsman. Well, we'll spend a hide to get that done. There we go. And very quickly, in the wrecked buildings, we can rebuild it. Now, the party will lose 1 each week until it's rebuilt. Interesting. We don't actively use the craftsman. Let's leave that until next time to decide what we're going to do. We have a couple of other things that we need first of all. Charlotte has gained a level, so we'll get the new level 7 card. A tri-thrust, it requires 3 people on each side, but 7 damage and stun. It's very powerful, but so specific in positioning. Or lead from afar, a 2 attack at 4 range, with +2 attack for each friend adjacent to the target, or summon a longbowman who can attack at range. I really like this. I love the idea of a ranged banner spear. We'll take out Atl. We'll take out Meat Grinder. We rarely get to use it. It can be very powerful, and with the healing on the bottom, actually, it's probably better than Let Them Come. We'll take out Let Them Come, and we'll put in our new longbowman. There he is, lead from afar. Okay. On the perks, we have 1 perk available. That's going to go into probably recover at this point. Very nice. And down on Seraph, it's time to retire. Heroes ready to retire, having achieved what they set out to do, they're no longer motivated to explore the monster-filled wilderness. Announce the retirement of Seraph. You may spend 15 inspiration to complete 1 additional personal quest immediately. Greed is good. Or the Ether Outpost. Well, the Ether Outpost we'd need to find. Let's complete Ether Outpost. Heroes' resources get distributed to other members of the party. Okay. That seems fair in terms of splitting. Maybe we should have created a new character first to transfer them all onto. Yeah. Let's do that. So, cancel, back, close. Let's get ourselves a new person. Bone Shaper, Deathwalker, Geminate, Frozen Fist. Let's get the Frozen Fist. Look at this guy. He is chonky. We'll need to pick his cards, but we'll do that in between this and the next episode. What are we going to call him? Blue Blood. That seems fair. And his personal quest is going to be Greed is Good. He starts with 50 gold. Without really knowing what he can do, it's going to be a bit difficult to say. A little bit of healing is always useful. Poison and a shield is also always useful. So I think we'll actually start with those two. Any unspent gold? Is there anything extra we can buy? Oh, we could buy leather armor. Yeah, let's buy him a leather armor, at least to start off with. Okay. He is now in the party, and we will go and retire Seraph. We'll complete the Ether Outpost, and everything is going to go to Blue Blood. So much metal. Retirement complete. The hero has announced their retirement. Although it didn't really tell us what we got for that. There we go. Everyone's in the party properly. Back to the outpost. So we have a new person, we have new personal quests. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do that we'll pick up next time and go through. Some of that's going to be leveling up, some of it's going to be picking the various cards and things. But that is going to be definitely something we'll start off the next episode with. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Frosthaven. See you soon.